Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Low Budget LCS. My name is LaChance, and for the first time ever, I am joined by my effervescent co-caster, Vega.
Hello. How are you doing tonight, LaChance?
Dude, you know exactly how well I'm doing because we have spent the last, 8 minutes talking about Prime Entertainment, which was made, in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Some might say the golden age.
The golden age of entertainment, and I'd go so as far to say storytelling in general. What were we talking about? We were talking about Metabots fighting Foodon, Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, and of course, Street Sharks. The only place where you can get anthropomorphic shark men who could eat concrete. Where did the street go? Because they were eating
it's
it
hard
the
to
whole
go. We have preferably jumped the street shark. It's all downhill since that content. But we'll do our best tonight to match street shark levels of entertainment.
Of course. Shoot for the moon, and you might hit the sharks. That's what they always say.
I'm gonna get that tattooed.
Good, yeah, just keep collecting tattoos. Fia Play says, here for the drip, my guildie from EverQuest 2 is playing today. What a game. What a callback. Some talk of inferior rats having an inferior performance. And some toe talk as well. I see you, little robot man.
We love it. We love an active chat.
Damn straight. Also, thank you so much, obviously, to you for following us, Oh Hi Vega, but also Prof Hex. Thank you so much for being the newest investor in the Low Budget LCS. We are waiting for an invite to the game, so we're just gonna hang out with you guys in the time being. Fia Plays, thank you so much. I'm sure I said your name wrong before, but thank you for the follow, man. So any other 90s hits? Was that your jam? What was your go-to Saturday mornings rolling around? You're looking for a show.
Let's see. Big Digimon fan.
Dude.
Obviously. I wanted to be a contrarian at the time, and everybody loved... I did love Pokemon, but, I wanted to be a little bit of a, I like Digimon also,
Right.
That's my stuff.
Dude.
Saturday were for Digimon, Pokemon, things like that. Friday nights were for Cartoon Network.
Digimon slapped. That first Digimon movie, I don't know if you ever got a chance to see that.
Yes.
I had that shit. Oh my god, Prof Hex, Beetleborgs. Of course. Of course.
Oh my gosh, yes, Beetleborgs.
Dude. Oh my god, wait a second. You just awoke into sense memory.
It's like a core memory.
Holy shit. Beetleborgs. Oh my god. You know what? Better than Power Rangers. I think by a landslide.
That's tough.
I know that.
Mighty Morphin? Maybe later. I don't know. Mighty Morphin's pretty good.
That's fair. That's fair. Once we start getting to having a Chartreuse Ranger and
I'm out.
Yeah. It gets pretty deep. Prof Hex, not a lot of people do remember. We were just talking about shows that very few people remember. Beyblade 2. Yes.
Good.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Dude, the formula for making a sick show in the 90s and early 2000s was just give kids a really insanely dangerous power or weapon. I loved that. So Metabots, the idea is that everybody has a little android bot that, not an android, because no part of it was human. But you basically had these robots that followed you around, and kids would battle in the playground. And depending on and they were 3-foot tall robots. So whatever chip you put into the robot would sort of determine its spirit or, some sort of shit. And you're probably wondering, how were they battling? Were they arm wrestling? Perhaps they were playing Parcheesi or rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No. Machine guns and missile launchers. That's how they fucking fought. It was insane.
Yeah, it was amazing. The main one was a beetle Mustang, I think. I can't remember the
Yes.
exact.
He was a
what
Hercules
his
Beetle.
thing is. Hercules Beetle. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes. Dude.
Amazing show.
Oh my God. Incredible. Yeah, and his horns, his Hercules Beetle horns shot missiles out of them.
Yes, they shot actual rockets out of them.
Yes, because that's how children should spend their time, is by, having powerful military hardware attacking us. Hot damn, talking about Metabots and 90s television shows summoned Itty Bitty Banshee and a party of 66. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for swinging through.
Shout out to my girlfriend for rating us.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate the party swinging on through. I hope that some of you guys are also enthusiastic about Metabots, Street Sharks, Beyblades, some of the others. Oh, Bionicles is something.
Bionicles was amazing.
Oh, do you ever have any Bionicles action figures?
Yes, I remember being on the jungle gym on the playground and making the Bionicle, fighting with my friends to knock their mask off while hanging from a jungle gym.
Oh, it was about the mask, wasn't it?
Gotta get their mask off.
Right. Did that kill them?
I don't know. I don't know exactly.
I feel like I remember the stakes being drastic and dangerous. I feel like the stakes of having your mask knocked off was similar to
another friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Banishing you to the spirit realm.
Yeah.
The Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm. Yeah. It's they're essentially killing you. You're essentially dying.
Have you read the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga?
The one where he
fucking kills
yeah,
people.
yeah. I was like, they're playing a game of poker, and the guy losing, he's like, well, you essentially lost your eyes. It's what is happening?
Yes, 100%. Yes, they played a game very early on where they would have a handful of bills, and of course, listen, this is the only way to solve any sort of argument. So, put this in your back pocket. But he took out a switchblade and he was like, you can keep as much money as you can stab with the knife through the stack of bills that's in your hand. So they play this game back and forth. Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course ends up winning. And then he breaks this guy's mind so that all he sees is money around him. And you get a scene afterwards where the guy's being committed. Everyone shows up to school the next day and he's just rolling around in the leaves, just totally destroyed.
It was that guy's life is ruined.
It was fucking crazy. Monster Rancher 2, that's another good one.
Oh yeah. I think Monster Rancher was the thing I always read about in Game Informer and was like, I would love this, and then I never bought it.
Yes. Yeah, I caught snippets of it. I mean, it followed the successful formula of this, again, you're collecting a thing or you're fighting through some sort of proxy.
Yeah.
It was sick. What else have people said? Hamtaro, Bakugan.
Hamtaro's great.
Oh, Hamtaro was just adorable.
Great theme song.
Wait, Roses. Do you guys remember when Bionicle tried to make a sport? No? Could you?
I do not remember that.
Refresh our memory, please.
Please, yes.
Also, thank you so much, Disco Pixie, Excellent, and David Wabi for being the newest investors in the low budget LCS. We will see you at the board meetings in Vermont at the Denny's. You got to go around back, talk to our buddy Todd. He's the assistant manager. He'll let you in. Pancakes are on us. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Oh, Tamagotchis. Oh, Sammy, we talked about Zoids.
Yeah, we talked about Zoids pre-show.
Another friend.
Zoids is great. That was peak morning. My mom it came on at 7:30 and I got on the bus at 7:15. So I'd watch the first half and then my mom would record the second half and I would come home from school and finish the episode.
Dude, just a brilliant, idea to be like, let's take animals. We're going to attach rocket launchers. Oh yeah, Liger Zero. Lampy Lamp Live? Yes, dude. Absolutely. He had blades that came out of him, right? That's why he was special?
Yeah, he had like all the forms too. You had like the one where he was like a tank, and the one where he was like really fast, and the one with all the blades on it.
Right. Okay, hold on. Roses got back to us. It was like the very last Bionicle line. The gimmick was they were on some weird planet playing this gladiator sport, which was basically rugby. They had shooters to launch the ball around, and I think you did damage by hitting people with the ball. I do kind of remember that.
I vaguely remember that existed.
Did it happen over lava? I feel like
It's
there
in
was...
Bionicles, everything was over lava.
That's a good point. It was...
Every scene was over lava.
Yeah, that's...
Or in
that's
a jungle.
true. They did a great job of, like... Bionicles did a very weird... It was, like, weirdly good storytelling where, like, every kind of mask had its own culture. So you had, like... the water Bionicles who were like living on these cool little like raised houses in the ocean, and like the forest Bionicles were, you know, in the trees and stuff. And I don't know, just like there was genuine world building.
Yeah, way above its pay grade of like having lore versus what you would expect it to have.
Totally. Whereas, and I apologize if someone wants to correct me on this, I feel like Beyblade didn't really do any world building at all. It was just like, we're kids, we've got these spinning tops, the tops have gods inside of them, and that's it. And we're gonna continue to fight each other in new environments. And I don't know. I don't feel like I understood the world of Beyblades as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes very deep beyond like there's new people with stronger Beyblades and now we have to beat them.
Right.
In a new location that we went to off screen.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it must have been an incredible time to be a writer.
Yeah.
Just like really got to go nuts. In my opinion, nothing as good as Mobile Fighter G Gundam and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
G Gundam is
Another
like
friend.
part of it is just because it's so ridiculous. I don't know if you've seen it, but the premise is like every country has a Gundam.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah, so like you have like
yes!
the, you know, America has like the, I think it's like Maxter Gundam or something, but it's piloted by a guy named Jiminy Cricket or something. And he's like the
Yes.
most American guy ever. Like the Gundam has like a football helmet on.
Dude, wait. Oh my god. Yes, of course. And Japan had the Gundam with the burning hand. It was a little bit racist, excellent.
I'm pretty sure
you're
Japan,
totally
I'm
right.
pretty sure Mexico had Tequila Gundam.
Yeah.
I could be wrong,
And
but I remember being a kid be like, what is that?
Spain's Gundam was just a giant bowl. Like the chest was just a huge bowl.
My favorite is like one of the bad guys had a Gundam and his horse had a Gundam that was a giant horse robot.
Oh my god. Hey,
And
what
I'm
was
like-
the plot of that one? Why were they fighting each other? Why did every
It's
country
like-
have one big robot?
That's just how they like settled disputes, I think. But yeah, and Tequila Gundam had a giant sombrero it would throw.
Oh, Jesus.
It was like way over the top.
Holy god.
But the music and voice acting was great.
I remember it scratching a real itch of just like new powers every time I saw a thing, and like you always got to see the you know, the Japanese Gundam with like the burning hand, like
So cool.
dude, it was so cool. I actually had an action. Wow, I
You
had
could take
action
the hand
figures
off and
of
put
that.
another hand in.
Dude, yes.
Yeah,
Did we
you could
buy
take
the
the normal
exact
hand
same
off. I
toys
think
as
we did.
kids? I'm pretty
You
sure.
could take the hand off and put the glowing hand in.
Yes, the hand, which now that I'm thinking about it, was basically used to like crush and kill.
Yeah. Yes.
Just
Yeah. You
like-
just grabbed him in the face. It's like
A horrifying reality. All of these shows had horrifying realities.
they just don't make shows like that anymore.
They don't. And some of it is for good reason, but others, you know, it'd be great to. Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was a throwback as well.
That's just crazy. In retrospect, watching it, you're like, wow, like there was a producer and like a director for the show.
Oh,
People
yeah.
have this on their IMDb.
Yeah, somebody pitched that show, and it got made. Rosa says its name was literally Tequila Gundam.
Yeah,
That's
I think that's the craziest one. If I remember correctly, that's the craziest one.
That is really wild. That is really, really wild. God, you know, old animes were...
They just don't make it like they used to.
No, they do not. There's like, you know, as the internet was kind of like getting more flushed out, I remember slowly being able to find bits and pieces of these episodes. Bartholomew, we're gonna get to this game soon. We've just got the other team rolling in right now. I see people sliding into home base. Bartholomew's? Thanks, man. We love you too.
Hey, we love you. Thanks for stopping by.
Now, most people don't remember this show, but hold on one second. I've blocked it. Okay, but on Toonami, after Dragon Ball Z, the show where characters were in a city called Mainframe, and they had to fight a bad guy who was a virus, and the show was called Reboot. I
vaguely remember that.
I saw that one. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
I remember Toonami having like their own like story stuff happening too outside, where like the ship would get attacked and like Tom would have to like fix it and do stuff.
Yeah. It was very meta.
Yeah, it's really weird. Also, it's super weird watching like being an adult now and like watching old clips and being like, that's Spike Spiegel. He's the same guy. He's not even doing a different voice. Tom is Spike Spiegel.
Oh shit, Code Lyoko as well.
I like Code Lyoko because it's representation for people like me with giant heads.
Perfect. That's important.
You have a big forehead, Code Lyoko's for you.
Yeah, man. It's important to see a representation of yourself, and Code Lyoko is able to scratch that itch. Now that was a banger. Also, I looked up Reboot, and the animation is wild. It's like I don't even.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, yeah. It's honestly, it's haunting. It's a little haunting.
The main character always scares me. Like this is like something you would see like if you had like a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh, for sure. Is the main character this purple guy I'm looking at?
Yeah, I think so. Who has like the seaweed hair?
Yeah. All right. If you guys Google Reboot 90s TV show, you'll find yourself face to face with a horrifying visage. Rune. Oh, Total Drama Island. I never really watched a lot of that, but I heard that it was very good.
It was a little bit past me. It was just like a little bit past when like it came out and got popular. Like a little bit past when I was watching everything.
Dude, same for sure. I have a little brother who's 10 years younger than me, so I got like a weird wrap around to like I would see some of the stuff that he watched. But I think it actually even wasn't. I think he like even was just like aware of that, but it had long since passed.
My daughter's 10, so I have like the weird gray area in the middle.
Nice,
where like
sure.
I watched stuff and then I missed it, but now I've watched like Flapjack and like all this other stuff.
How is it watching all these shows? Like, do you look at what your daughter's watching and being like, oh, I see the connection? Or is it just they're in a completely different universe?
I just understand how my parents feel now when I made them watch anime.
Nice.
Okay.
That's beautiful. All right, it does seem like draft is getting underway. They dropped a link for us in the chat there. I'm going to do my darndest to get the
They're going rapid
set up
fire.
right. Well, it's because they're professionals.
They're professional. Oh my gosh, the draft. Chef's Kiss draft overlay, by the way. I didn't get a chance to say it.
Oh, thank you. We specialize in absolute nonsense. Okay, perfect. Did I do this right? Let's find out. Let's find out. I don't think so. Oh no, I did. Okay, perfect. We have got draft up. Folks, this is a financial league Group B game. We have got Tree Gang versus Dirty Rats Xfinity. And here we are. We're off. What do you think of these bands, man?
So far, I think pretty standard. A little bit more targeted. Dirty Rats Xfinity towards Tree Gang. They've had Swain Ash Band in every game they played last week. J4, they played one game, popped off on it, so doesn't surprise me. And on the other side, it's all the annoying champs you don't want to play against in competitive.
Yeah, this is oh, hold on. Stream's freaking out. This is our first time working together, but you should know I'm very bad at operating the stream, but I do my best every day, and that's all you can ask from me.
You can't disappoint us.
Perfect. Memer 6 also approving this. Okay, we're back.
We
Ezreal
do have
and
Yuumi. Yeah, Ezreal, Seraphine. They've played Ezreal now every game Tree King has. So definitely a comfort pick for them. They did play Seraphine last week. They're asking, is Yuumi disabled?
That is going to be a thing. I think that there's a post about it in the... Yes, it is. It is disabled right now. You gotta pick something else. Thank you, Mobron, as well. Appreciate
Good
you,
call
man.
out, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is a thing that we do in the LBLCS when there's a sort of significant change to a champion. We push it back by a week so that teams have some time to get used to it. So let's see how they're going to resolve this.
Looks like they want to remake with the same bands. That's what I'm seeing.
Yes, I see. We need an adult. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Can we blame Dirty Rats? Their name is Dirty Rats.
That's
okay.
true.
They have to test the limits of the rules
Absolutely.
where they can, and at least they called themselves out in the chat.
Yeah, nature over nurture. We got another draft link right here.
We can now talk about
good.
and look like we're, premonition about the draft. Like, I'm really thinking they're going to ban probably the Jarvan, Swain, and Ashe here.
Wow. Interesting.
Just a hunch.
No, listen, you sound confident, man. I would listen to you.
Yeah.
I trust
I think you
this guy.
got to take Anivia away. Anivia's so good at zone control. Aurelion Soul on this patch, so
Sure.
strong.
Yeah,
of
course.
And if I had to pick a 6-ban, probably Shin.
Probably
Pretty
Shen.
annoying.
Okay.
Pretty annoying champ. Yeah.
Bartholomos in the chat agrees with you as well. So it seems like a lot of concise discourse here, and it seems like we're all on the same page. Wow, would you look at that?
Wow, we might go 6 for 6 on these bans.
This is crazy, man. I've never seen this happen before.
Now we go into the unknown realm. I don't know what's going to be first picked.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be Yuumi.
It's Jinx. Very good on this patch. We did see the Jinx buffs come through in this last patch. Her scaling attack speed, her W mana, and now her ult does 1200 damage at max level. So she can steal your dragons and barons again.
Be afraid. All right, the Ezreal.
I'm guessing Seraphine. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Seraphine's a comfort pick.
Dude, don't strain yourself. Don't strain
I
yourself.
don't want to do it all in the first game.
Of course. No, this is
all of my tumultuous research to get to this point.
exactly. Yeah, you did look into these guys.
I actually did do a little bit of research, but
Yeah.
we're almost at the extent of it.
Listen, credit where credit is due.
Real prediction, I do think there will be a Lysandra somewhere in this draft.
Okay. I love
That's
it.
just if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, well,
Don't worry about
it doesn't happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah, easy peasy. What begs the Lysandra, in your opinion, into this game?
I'm playing statistics, and Tree Gang has played it in both of their other games.
Okay.
I'm playing the statistics game of we've not seen another mid, and I trust that they just like that pick.
Absolutely.
It's always weird after week one because I feel like a lot of teams in preseason, they kind of have that echo chamber of what they like, what they don't like. Then you play your first week and you're like, oh, now we're going to adjust because we've played a real game and we kind of know what works and what doesn't, right?
100%. Any league is always just, reality comes crashing into the cross section between what are you very comfortable with, what do you guys know what to play with, and then also what's going to work and what are other people doing. So we'll see. Now this Olaf, though, maybe makes that Lysandra seem a little bit less...
It's definitely not as good.
Not as good. I mean, but what are you going to do? Draft no more CC once you see an Olaf? You still need it.
We do see the Poppy come through, which I think is a little bit of more of a denial pick or maybe comfort because, obviously Karma, Jinx, Olaf don't have dashes themselves, but it kind of pushes you to be like, okay, I don't want to pick a lot of like dashing engage or high mobility champions now that there is a Poppy.
Right.
So it helps, push those things out. But unsurprisingly, like most games, we have bot lane and theoretically maybe jungle picked here with Olaf and Poppy. Olaf has been top a little bit more lately, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're still, these drafts can go in a bunch of different directions. That Fiora getting banned out. Interesting. What do you think this is a Poppy jungle, Poppy top? Where are you thinking this is?
I feel like Poppy gets played more jungle, but you never know. And what I love about tournaments like this and leagues like this is you get people that are just like, they're like, they love Poppy top. That's their thing. You know what I mean? So you never know. But if I had to guess, put money on it, I would lean towards a Poppy jungle. I think she's better there. Really good ganker. And her clear's fine.
She can get the job done.
She can do it.
All right. We'll see.
A lot of mid lane bans.
Yeah, very much so. You think these are targeted bans against the player, or this is just things the team doesn't enjoy playing against?
It could be both. I know Cass and Annie are both really good right now. And if you're a team that likes playing any kind of tank top laner, you're going to take Fiora out of the mix. Just because, Fiora's hyper annoying to play against. Silas all around is a good champ right now. But yeah, I think more the Cass and Annie ban just seem like good meta mid bans right now.
For sure.
Ooh,
Nocturne.
Love to see Nocturne. Nocturne's so fun to watch.
Spooky. He is a blast, though. Ooh, and a Talia.
This is spicy. This is a fun draft.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Just some interesting ideas bouncing around here.
That seems to think it's Poppy support Seraphine mid.
Okay. All right. We're gonna write that one down. We're gonna see what pans out.
Yeah.
Got this Scion here.
I really like Dirty Rat's comp. And Tree Gang too. I want to see how they round out this comp because normally with Nocturne you want some kind of dive buddy or something that can at least give Nocturne space to operate.
Totally.
We'll see. Seraphine very good though, because if Nocturne dives in, obviously a Seraphine ult can chain through your team onto him. But yeah, I'm really excited at what this is.
Hey, hold on. Will they lock it in?
Lock it.
That's what's up. Okay. All right, Vega.
Okay,
looking like
we're
a
one
real
for one on real
genius here.
predictions. We're 1 for 1 on real predictions.
Nah, man, I'm counting the second draft as all real predictions too. You're 7 for 7.
Okay. I actually don't dislike that pick, even though the Olaf's not great with it. It makes it really easy for Nocturne with Talia, right? It's very easy to Lysandra R the Talia ult in, get picks there. The only problem I see is they're kind of low damage into Scion. So if Scion gets rolling in a big way, it can be a little bit problematic. But, it's down to execution, right?
Yeah. Zodiac. Oh, like Zodiac. I see what you did there, man. Making the good point. How does Tree Gang kill the Scion? It's looking like time is going to be required.
Yeah, you gotta start stacking dragons quickly.
100%.
I think that's going to be the name of the game for them.
Also, I am going to right now put out the predictions, so feel free to bet. We call our channel point Schmeckles here. Feel free to bet as much or as little as you would like. Who will win? Beautiful.
Put your money in, guys. Put your money where your predictions are. Or where I want to say where your mouth is, but they're not talking, so put your money where your fingers are, I suppose.
Perfect. We'll set that timer for 5 minutes. Go for it.
All right.
Noble Wolf saying the Rats are gonna win. What else is chat saying? What comps do they like here?
I'm not going to cast or curse anybody by saying I drastically like one better than the other, because I feel like that's
You're
just
not gonna
bound
doom someone to an
to
all but
like,
certain loss.
this comp is just so much better, and then they get like face rolled, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I forget and I say something, and then like clockwork, the caster curse kicks in.
We have too much power.
I know.
Too much power to wield.
Completely unearned, but we've got it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like getting keys to like a nice car at 16.
Yes. A disaster waiting to happen. Comp always loses, I feel, going all in on Tree King. All right, Les Force, I see you.
Yes. I think this game's really going to rely on if the first Nocturne ult needs to be impactful, right? He needs to make a play somewhere to where Tree Gang can snowball into an early dragon and make that Scion come out of the top lane where he's trying to, stack the HP with his W and get items earlier than he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Does that show Nocturne and Nocturne for you?
It does.
I was like, it's my client booked. Yeah, I was like, hold on a second here.
And we're rolling it back.
We're back.
Excellent.
Look, we have plenty of time to break down these drafts. I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't either. Yeah,
I'm
they're
like
confused
like,
as well.
How is that? I don't even know.
Listen, it's
how
an
you do
indie
that.
company that put this together. This game is held together with chewing gum and paper clips.
I've watched a lot of games. I don't know that I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about the client, is that it always break in a new and exciting way every time. Looks like
Boss guy, they should have let it go through and let him Nocturne 1v1.
that would have been wild. I wouldn't even have been upset about that. Spaghetti code, indeed. Extra pasta sauce tonight.
Well, the good news is we get more time together in this wonderful pregame.
Of course.
And
Everybody loves the pregame, right? That's what you're here for.
Yeah, that's your favorite part.
Yeah. You don't want to watch League of Legends. You want to talk about, TV shows of your youth and potentially toys that you collected. And of course,
exactly,
talking about this draft.
I just want to say it's a huge honor to cast 100 Thieves Double Lift. I'm just, really, I know he started as a support Blitzcrank one trick. It's just good to see that he's kind of fleshed out his champion pool to some other things now.
Yeah, and I mean, the real beautiful thing is I didn't think he'd have enough time to play in both leagues. And he talked about not playing in the LCS and only playing in the LBLCS. And so is a real big win for the LCS that he was able to have enough time in his game.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the players here moonlight, as LCS players. So, it's nice to see that they can get a part-time gig outside of this, which is obviously their full-time one.
Yes, that is nice. People, there's a lot of speculation as to why the LCS moved the times of the games earlier, and that was so that we could better stream the games at night for the LBLCS. So it's great that Riot Games is working hand in hand with us.
Yeah, we can't thank Riot enough for working with us, I love it. Just shout out to Riot. Thank you guys.
Making it easy.
I have a good feeling. Actually, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to jinx it.
What happens if we're stuck in a sort of a, I've come to bargain with you, Dormammu, hellscape of a time cycle, and Nocturne is just double picked the entire time?
I don't know. I'm blowing through all my good content now.
Me too, man. I've got 6 or 7 phrases left, and then we're on life support here.
It's going to be like a loop. You guys are going to start seeing us cycle back to talking about Metabots again. It's going to feel like you started the stream over.
We wrote that whole script about Metabots and Street Sharks, and we used it too early. That's my bad. Okay, here's the moment of truth. There's the Olaf. Okay.
Well, we didn't really touch on it, but it is Poppy Top.
Oh, shit!
We didn't really touch on that, but it is Poppy Top.
Real quick, Sammy, I do see you in the chat. I did see you've been talking about brain surgery for 20 minutes now. The 8 a.m. surgery does work well for me. I have a dental cleaning at 9:30. If you could wrap up the surgery before then, that would be great. Wait, so Poppy's Top. Oh, right. Okay, yes. That does make sense. That does make sense.
In a way, it might be better because looking at the enemy comp for what Poppy stops.
Yeah.
Does Poppy stop Talia? She knocks Talia off the ult, right? I assume if she's skating in.
Great question. Is that a dash?
But I think that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't stop Sion ult, you know.
No, I think you're right. And I mean, that's really effective drafting from Dirty Rats if they were keeping that in mind. Poppy was picked relatively early on, right?
Yeah, and that's the danger of it, right? Is if you pick a pick like Poppy, who has a very clear what she wants to do in the game, you can draft around it. But, you know, sometimes comfort over, you know, compatibility with the comp, because if someone's just like a really good Poppy player, you're just like, it doesn't matter. They're good. They don't mind the matchup. They just want to play their champion.
Right.
But we will see. Yeah.
It's a great Uno reverse card. Like if you can last pick it into a comp that's got a ton of stuff that it can interact with, but it'll still perform a role here.
Yeah, her ult's still great. She still gets the stun to walls. All those are great things. She will get tanky. So I mean, it's still fine. I don't think it's terrible. The question is, can it kind of, because this always feels like the way with Sion is it's almost like a ticking time bomb until Sion becomes a walking tower around the map.
Right.
And can Poppy really do anything to pressure Sion? And we'll see. You know, I haven't seen the Poppy Sion matchup. I have no idea how it plays out.
Oh yeah, I'm clueless. This is going to be all new for me as well. I do just sort of I think back to the comment that was made in the chat of just how are we going to get through the Sion, and I don't know if I'm seeing it. I think you got to have a real strong early mid game and just like get ahead of it and then end the game before it becomes a problem. And you've got this,
I wholeheartedly agree.
Because you've also got to handle the scaling Jinx, right? Like that's also going to scale pretty effectively, and you know, Karma doesn't just have to shield the ADC either. You know, they can keep this dastardly Sion alive as well. So we'll see. I think you made a great point about Lissandra being something that can dive in with the Nocturne. You know, they do have a door to the back line, and you know, hopefully for them, they'll have enough damage and coordination to eliminate targets, and then I don't know, the rest of their team can come and save them, because I do think they die after that. But we'll see. We'll see as the game goes on.
I think when I look at drafts, and when I used to do coaching, one thing I like to think about with drafts is you want to give yourself options in the game, right? Where when I look at the Rats side of their draft, they have some clear options. Like Talia can roam, she can make plays in both side lanes. Olaf's a pretty early scrapping jungler, you know, who could be very annoying, especially into this comp. You know, the R kind of invalidates Lissandra and Seraphine to a degree. Whereas you see the tree draft, it's a little bit more direct what they're trying to do, which is if I'm looking at their draft, I'm saying they want to dive bot lane, right? They want to push mid in, they want to take Lissandra Nocturne bot, and they want to dive. They want to make plays away from Sion as much as they can. Which if you do it well, is great. Your comp is set up wonderfully to do that, but you have a little bit more freedom on the Rat side to be like, oh, we can play top, we can play bot, we have scaling in both lanes. Talia can move, you know, and do things. So, I don't know. It's interesting because I always like seeing kind of the sword and shield comps where one team has to do a certain thing and the other team has to weather that to get to what they want to do.
No, absolutely. Likewise, you know, I don't think the Caster Curse will play into this. What do you think the odds are we're going to get a cross-map steal from either of these teams? And who do you think is better suited to accomplish that?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I mean, Jinx's ult now does 1,200 damage to
Yeah.
objectives. It's just so
That's
good.
not nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good. I have to put it on the Jinx if I had to guess, just because it's just busted. I'm playing jungle enough to hate Jinx ults.
Yeah.
Ezreal, at least you're like, okay, if I smite correctly, I should get it.
Right.
Jinx ult, you're like, oh, it went to 1,198.
Right.
Guess Jinx just gets the
Right.
Baron.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the real question is, are the teams aware of this, and are they going to be conscious about that while they're doing these objectives? I don't even know if there's a way to... I mean, you pretty much just gotta know where Jinx is, try and track the cooldown if you can, but once you're on the objective, you're kind of on the objective.
You can kind of do the awkward... The problem is, most of the times, in most games when you're taking objectives like that, it's after a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't really want to stand where they can get hit by Jinx ult.
Right.
So you're very rarely like, yeah, AD carry, just stand in this direction and in the area where you could get engaged on or hit by a Jinx rocket. So it is awkward. And you also, you get those adrenaline after, oh, we're getting a Baron, we're getting a dragon,
Right.
and you're not always checking every box you have to check, It's hard, when you're playing.
For sure. And if they are conscious of it, I mean, at the very least, it'll act as a passive and force them to do an objective from an awkward position.
Yeah.
Here's another question. Favorite skin that you see on the screen right now?
This is tough because I'm old school. I played in Season 1. Haunting
Sure.
Nocturne is just a great skin.
It's a beaut.
I mean, the ghost coming out of the queue. Broloff obviously has a special place in my heart.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like the first nice skin I ever bought. But Project Jinx, quality overall. Project Jinx is a great skin.
Absolutely. Lest for saying there's nothing wrong with the classics. True that.
Blade Queen and Sandra underrated though.
Now, I just got a thing that said unable to download spectator client. The game will now exit. Did you get that?
I also got that.
Good. I'd like to point everyone towards the title of our organization, which is the Low Budget LCS. We're going to try and reconnect. We'll just see what happens then.
At least we didn't get the really cool bug where you get in and nothing ever loads.
Ooh, sure.
Where there's just the champions never appear, and you're like, okay, anytime now. And you have to disconnect or reconnect to fix it. But it's our fault. We said surely we'll get into it this game.
That's true. Fuck.
Surely there will be no more. We did it. We cursed it. Maybe we get it out of the way, though. If we just get the curse out of the way early.
We front load it. Well, this will be its own adventure. Now, I've just got a wheel.
Me too. I'm just sitting.
All right. Cool. Well,
League of Legends is getting played, I assume.
maybe.
We assume.
Who even knows? All right, my next play. Cool. My next for my next magic trick, I'm gonna exit out of League and
we'll do the same. Yeah.
just try. Oh wait, hold on. Wait.
Oh.
Okay, I'm glad that we're seeing the same thing here. It is still at 0%. No, we're in.
We are in. We are on Summoner's Rift.
That is surprising. Thank you to whichever of our viewers was appropriately asking for the right, divine powers. We appreciate that. I finally hear it. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see.
Another friend.
All right, great. Wow. Someone
We're in.
Someone just followed Fertile Stallion, a wild name, but great. Thank you so much for being the newest investor in the Low Budget LCS.
Another friend.
Incredible that people are deciding to follow us after a technical failure. Thank you so much. We appreciate you dearly. Okay, lots.
We try to emulate the LCS as much as we can here,
Another
okay? And that's
friend.
pauses, that's audio technical difficulties. But you get the full experience.
Yes. Yes, the exact experience that you would receive there, you will
Another
receive
friend.
here. Truly a mind-blowing amount of people following. Thank you. Thank you. Time for a Kit Kat. Ain't it the truth? Is this viral guerrilla marketing for Kit Kat? Because it's working.
Another
I
friend.
do
Am I
want a
being
Kit
sold
Kat
to?
now.
Yes.
These are some great names, by the way. Bartholomew's, of course. We know you from the chat. You've been great. Big Sean, of course. We all know Big Sean. You've seen him on the playground. Big dude.
Another
from Dunk.
friend.
An old skateboard. Also, we're all familiar with old skateboards. Fins for the win. I'm assuming a Street Sharks fan.
Another friend.
And then, of course, Natty Bug Fasho. I don't
Definitely
get that
Natty.
one, but
Definitely
appreciate
Natty.
you. Like a Natty Ice?
Yeah, I assume that, or they don't take steroids when they work out. That's the only other use of natty I've ever heard.
We applaud you, whichever one of those things it is. Now,
Either one.
Here's my question for you. What time is the clock on the pause for you?
Oh, I've got the fun one where it's just showing everyone in the black screen. Hold on, I gotta reconnect.
Okay.
Oh, we're in. You're in.
I'm in.
There we go.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
moving.
yeah.
I'm like a second behind you, so that's perfect.
Beautiful. Okay. Excellent. And just like that, without a single hitch, we're into game one of Dirty Rats Xfinity vs. Tree Gang. This is the low-budget LCS, and we're extremely excited to have you guys here. Holy shit, it's paused again.
We got some game, like we can at least look at their level ones and kind of.
Right, what do you think of
Oh.
these items? Ooh, Rhynel
Oh.
in a bit of trouble right here, trying to get a
Yeah,
little
you
bit of
love it.
movement speed. Second Olaf axe misses.
That's huge. Yeah. But if you change the axes, it can get really scary. But being able to dodge out that second axe, that's good.
A small kerfuffle on the borders of the jungles. What do you think? Even information exchanged right there? Did anyone get the win?
Well, it's like a mind game, right? Because a lot of times you'll see junglers walk out top, do the ward base, and get sweeper. So the question is, Olaf sees Nocturne, they see each other. Normally, what Olaf is doing is like what I would expect. You know, oh, okay, you know, they kind of just had a 5 point to see if there's an invade. He's got to go do blue, but Nocturne is actually going to start red. So there's a little bit of a mind game here of, did he base after we saw him and go to his blue with his bot lane, or
Right.
is he red? But this is good for them because it kind of goes to what we talked about early, which is he's going to path bot side first.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, because if he tried to go for an invade, I'm not sure if he saw the ward get placed down, but an invade from Nocturne would surely be caught out and put him in a bad spot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, I'm realizing that you and I haven't talked about what positions do you normally play in League? Where's your expertise?
I've played for a long time, so I've switched roles a lot, but mainly
classic.
I am a support 80 carry main.
Love it.
I
Huge.
love
Hold
the
on, we
bot
got a
lane.
level 2 advantage down here in the bot lane to flash away from Cinnabon Bun, and now Ezreal is in a bit of a spot. Great rocket play from Foreign Guy there. It's a pretty
Yeah,
good
gotta
exchange.
respect that Jinx Karma ability to clear the wave early. Rockets and Karma Q, they push incredibly fast and get that level 2 first, and they're able to get a flash out of it.
Oh, great over-the-wall ward from Safer right there. That's not always an easy one to hit. Double lift, taking some damage.
Nice trade. And I mean, that's what Ezreal and Seraphine want to do, right? They want to whittle you down in the lane. They have the sustain, they have a lot of poke. They want to try to cut this wave so that Jinx and Karma can't get it all the way in and harass for free, get that priority. But it is a little bit dangerous. I mean, they are free pushing right now. They do have a ward, but Nocturne is on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, you called this a while ago, and I'm happy to once again see your predictions coming to light.
Don't get used to it.
Nah, dude, I expect this and only this. 100% correct predictions for the rest of the series. Which, by the way, this is a best of 3 for all the new folks here today. Now, these teams are playing pretty fast and loose. We're seeing a lot of poke exchanged right here, a lot of excitement in this game one. Ooh, a nice zap landing.
This is a big timing because this wave is bouncing back in bot lane. Nocturne is there, but we're also getting a counter gank on the top lane.
Absolutely. Dyslexia walking in right here. A flash away from Poppy, but we cut back down to the bot lane. Foreign guy, will he get CC? No, actually makes it out of it and to safety under that tower. Great escape on both ends. Oh, the axe. My poor
That is
heart.
scary.
Very much so. But situational awareness, Sonic Skater gets a 10 on that test right there.
Yes.
Double lift walking around. There's so many people with like a third health bar left. It's a dangerous time to be around the bot side.
It is.
Great
Pretty good
combo
trade
landed by
from
Talia right there.
Yeah, and this is really good for the bot lane of trees right now because you're Ezreal Seraphine, and you have wave advantage and health advantage. There's no flashes on the enemy team. You can kind of freely poke right now. You know that you just saw Olaf top. At most, he's going to base and be down here, but they should be able to crash this wave and base with relative safety. And they started tier on Ezreal, so that's huge to be able to get an early shove and base off.
Absolutely. Olaf down here in the bot lane. Running around. Might come face to face with this Ezreal. That's one slow right there. Okay, he's jumped away. The axe got picked up. Another slow onto the Ezreal. He's trying to get away. Abilities being used. That's going to be exhaust. A flash from the Ezreal. All the escapes and more used to get him out of that predicament.
They wanted that ward. A little bit of greed there. And Olaf with the expert timing right there saying, this is crashing. This is my chance to get them before they base. And gets the sums out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vega. These first 5 minutes have shown me that everybody in this game knows exactly what they're doing. I feel like I've seen all the plans play out in the way that the teams have sort of envisioned them to, and there have been excellent responses so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great to see that both teams really understand what they want to do with their comps. We see Olaf attack top lane, where perceivably they want to get Sion ahead. Vice versa, we see the Nocturne attack bot, where they need to snowball and kind of just punch and counter punch. That's been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. This first dragon going down. We've got a bit of a noodle fight up here in the top lane. Although maybe they're low level enough that no one's really a noodle just yet. Sonic Skater needs to get one more level.
That early Ocean Drake is actually really important. Because when you're playing stuff like Seraphine Ezreal where you're trying to poke, that little bit of extra tick of, looks like we're going to get mid.
Lissandra going in. Right here, we got Rhino coming around the corner. That's going to be the flash, the ult being dropped right there. Another flash from the Talia, but first blood will go to Nocturne.
Well, we talked about in the early game that it depends on what Nocturne does with his level 6. He says, forget that. I'll do it at level 5. Gets the gank off mid lane, and that's huge. That's what they need. They need the snowball.
Truly the unexpected move of, ganking before level 6 and going for it. Speaking of level 6s, that Sion using the ult. Sonic Skater absolutely championing that fight right there, and an escape in the mid lane. A lot of things shown really fast there, but damn if that Poppy headbutt wasn't a highlight for me.
That was nice. Really nice interrupt on the Q, because if that Q lands, that's pretty much a guaranteed kill.
Absolutely. Yeah, really, again, good situational awareness coming out of Sonic Skater. He knows what's in his pocket and what his plays can be.
Yeah, these Talia combos are very nice. You got to think once, a couple items in pocket there, those are going to start to hurt.
Absolutely, and they've been landing non-stop. Look at this little cheeky trap we got right here. Double lift, biding his time.
Oh, you love to see it. Seraphine saying, that's okay, I'm going to take a couple minions. I've earned them.
Ooh,
Spinning the
Olaf
exhaust
is
to
down
stay
here
there,
too.
Ooh. This is, Seraphine does have the flashback now, but Ezreal, without it, no exhaust either, is going to sniff out that ward.
Yeah, at the very least, setting the stage for maybe some trouble further on. But the patience we're seeing from Karma, I mean,
It's dedication.
Yeah, you gotta take your hat off for it.
Oh, the HP you get from that W. Goodness.
That was great.
That's like your dream as a Scion to one-shot a wave that size with W.
It really is. You don't see that often.
Yeah, we do have Nocturne on level 6 now, so we're on Nocturne watch where this ult might go. There is no flash mid lane, and we do have Lissandra ult back up, so there will always be a target. Jinx flash not quite back up, also, perhaps, but a little bit harder to attack that lane. They know Olaf was just down there, so their bot lane doesn't have prio yet.
That slap fight we just saw up in the top lane, pretty even. That 16% max health on the Q from Poppy, which, by the way, somebody in chat told me. I did not remember that off the top of my dome.
I'm glad. I was like, wow, he knows that?
Nah, dude, I definitely don't.
The pick makes more sense now. It's like, okay, if they pick a tank, maybe Poppy can do that. Ooh.
Yeah, there is an answer. A lot of potential plays happening right here. Actually, in every single lane, we could get a kill in the next minute or two. Let's see what happens, though. Sion probably wants to land one of those.
Oh, yeah. Something nice to point out is we did get first blood over to the trees, but...
There it is. The lights go out right onto the Talia, but an excellent play almost results in a return kill.
Ooh, the clean Talia shove. Very nice job with that. And yeah, there's the failed Nocturne ult. That's important because you only get so many of those in this early game as, you know, Sion stacking and things, and Jinx is getting to items. So important that they are able to repel that.
100%. And I mean, just, of course, showing us another full combo from Talia landing on Lissandra right here. Just more proof that Kigaris knows what they're doing.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Foreign guy walking up. That's 1, 2. Okay.
Ooh, Olaf is top also. Nocturne's in the area.
Sion ulting. It is going to land right there, but a great Poppy ult's actually going to knock Olaf back, and now we've got a 1v2, but not in the way that Sion was expecting. Oh, Talia ulted up there as well. Ooh,
I love that so much is happening, and then they're all kind of like, okay, handshake, handshake, handshake. We all ulted.
It's
everybody calm down.
It's very much in the energy of like, did I get you? Ah, I didn't get you. I'll get you next time, though.
I love it. Do you see this poke in the bot lane from this Karma Jinx lane starting to really come online? And one issue you have when you play Ezreal is that you have a lot of single target damage, but you don't have great wave clear. So something like Jinx and Karma can kind of abuse that and shove you, because Jinx obviously has rockets. Karma Q is very annoying in lane. And they know Nocturne's top, so it's free push in bot lane.
Great wards on the side of the Tree King over here on the bot side. Very, very well protected.
We love to see that.
Absolutely. Now,
one thing to note too. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I will say, I was just gonna say, I'm surprised that the Jinx Karma is. I mean, literally earlier we saw the Ezreal Seraphine out poking them to quite an extent. So just another example of counter punches happening in this game.
Yeah, and you can't underestimate what that Ocean Drake does for that lane also. Just that little bit of extra ticking of health every now and then can be the difference, you know? Those Ezreal Qs don't feel as impactful when, you know, every couple seconds you're ticking back a little bit of your missing health. Big thing, too, is that the gold is dead even despite the first blood. So not really where you'd want to be as Tree Gang, but there's still plenty of game to play. We're only 11 minutes in. You know, they're really, you know, Nocturne at level 11 gets that tier 2 ult when it feels like half a map. Oh, looks like we're gonna get a fight.
Here we go. Nocturne getting slowed down right there. Talia. I'll admit I looked away because I realized the objective timers weren't on. Okay, hold on. Praise the sun in a little bit of trouble right here. Gosh, Talia knows what's up. Oh my god, going forward with the Ignite as well. Kigaris gets the kill. And a pause. Okay, so.
It's not the mid lane. Reading the chat, it's not because something happened mid lane with like a DC. That's all I wanted to be sure.
Which is good because LBLCS rules for all you fun-friendly folks out there. We say don't use pauses in a fight. So pause happened after the fight, which is good because obviously if it had paused a couple seconds earlier, Lissandra maybe could have done something to live. But speaking of Lissandra dying, that was smooth as hell from Talia.
Yeah, great read on the fact that Lissandra was couldn't ult in return, couldn't ult herself to save, and just great play, just knowing the limits of the champion. And we said earlier, you know, that damage is going to start to tick up. She's got a blasting mod now, a finished lost chapter. So that combo hurts now.
Absolutely. And just